Hey everybody, I'm Alex McClellan and I'm one half of the Backtrack Brothers. Mason really isn't into romantic comedies just yet, so we both agreed that I should review How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days all by myself. Now, I'm no self-proclaimed rom-com expert by any means, but I've always had a soft spot in my heart for these movies. I guess I've always kind of been a romantic at heart my whole life. Some of them can be a bit too corny for me, but this one is certainly not too corny. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days revolves around the story of a gossip columnist. His name is Andy Anderson, you heard that right, and she decides to do a story where she's going to seduce and then subsequently be dumped by a guy within 10 days. And the way she's gonna get dumped is by making all of the common mistakes that women tend to make in relationships. Now, the issue is, and where the whole, rub of this plot comes in, is that the victim that she chooses, he also happens to be in a bet type of situation where he has to convince a woman to fall madly in love with him within 10 days. Essentially, Andy just tries to be as crazy and manipulative and weird as possible to try and get her victim, Ben, to dump her within that 10-day window. Whereas Ben thinks, even though this girl Andy is mentally unstable, she is madly in love with me, so I'm just gonna ride it out for the 10 days so I can win my bet. That is the natural rub of this movie, and it's really where all the comedy and plot kind of ties together, and I think it's really effective and really fun to follow. The natural chemistry between Andy, who's played by Kate Hudson, and Ben, who's played by Matthew McConaughey, is electric. They are perfect rom-com actors. They're smart, they're witty, they're easy to root for, and they're pretty damn good looking. Andy especially is so witty and smart and ahead of the curve, and though Ben has some, asshole-ish tendencies, you can tell, especially as this plot goes on, that he's really a caring and loving guy with a good backbone. Even though this movie came out in 2003, it felt very modern. The pacing is very fast, the dialogue is delivered in a very fast pace, think something kind of like a Gilmore Girls type situation, but nothing really stood out as being old. Visually, auditorily, there's nothing that really aged poorly in my opinion. A couple of scenes that, dragged a little bit, but I really think it's a very well-paced and modern movie for its age. What I really like about this romantic comedy is that it does tend to fall into some of the common rom-com tropes, but at least with this movie, there's always an explanation for why the characters are motivated to act the way they are. There's never a point where things really feel disjointed or as if something doesn't really make sense. I think actually really everything ties together in this film, which is why I leave satisfied every time I watch it. If you enjoy either of those lead performers or rom-coms in general, I would highly suggest watching How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. It's funny, witty, quickly paced at 90 minutes, and pretty much everyone in it is gorgeous and good to look at. If you decide to go watch this movie because of this video, or maybe you've seen it before, let us know what you think. Let us know in the comments. We would love to hear your opinion. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for checking out this video.
Like and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about the movie in the comments below.
Let us know if there's any movies you want us to watch. Who knows, maybe we'll watch them together.